In this video, we will discuss the top 5-point summary of the book by Morgan Housel, The Psychology of Money. Spend a few minutes watching this video and you could find yourself succeeding in investing. Welcome to Finance Dojo. We aim to be the best personal finance educational channel you'll ever need. Click that subscribe button and the notification bell right now so you won't miss out. Even if you don't have a Harvard degree, you may become wealthy by simply acting responsibly. Financial success is not a hard science, Morgan Housel says. It's a soft talent in which your actions matter more than your knowledge. Number 1. Pay the price. Let's imagine you're in the market for a new excellent watch. You'd pull out your credit card and swipe it. The key is that you're aware that getting a new watch comes at a cost. Investing is the same way. It comes at a cost. There are certain recurring takeaways for high returns throughout the videos on this channel, one of which is a rather focused portfolio. Your results will be variable if you have a concentrated portfolio. This is the cost or charge of achieving strong long-term returns in the stock market. If you don't have the stomach to stick it out when your net worth drops 20% in a week, because two of your big holdings post quarterly results that are below analyst expectations, don't try to optimize your returns. The better the returns, the higher the charge. Let's pretend you could see Netflix's bright future 10 years ago. You put a significant amount of your net worth into the stock. If that were the case, you'd be pretty wealthy now. Could you, however, afford to pay the fare of this journey? Netflix has seen several severe setbacks. Would you have sat still in 2011 when Netflix lost a large number of users and the stock price plummeted by 80% from its high in the months that followed? Your portfolio's performance would be dismal. Would you still believe it's a good idea to binge watch Netflix? Of course, this is an extreme example. But even if you take a less extreme approach to investing than Netflix, you'll still have to pay the price of volatility. Assume you purchased an S&P 500 index fund in 1980. When your investment portfolio was down 20% from its peak, you'd still have to wait another 13 years, and it was down 50% for approximately 8 months. Stock market trading is a wonderful thing that allows you to build money like few other possibilities. Volatility will be experienced by all investors, but you must view it as a cost of a better future. Number 2. Never enough. Capitalism excels at two things: creating riches and instilling jealousy. The desire to outperform your neighbors, peers, or friends can motivate you to work harder and achieve your goals. Of course, being inspired to become more productive and accomplish meaningful work is a positive thing, but social comparison may often make us feel insufficient. To be among the top 1% of income earners in the United States, you need to make roughly $500,000 each year. That's how much a highly specialized doctor, let's call him Bill, makes. And Bill is wealthy by nearly any standard. He can afford to drive expensive cars and take extended travels. Bill has been reflecting on his life and what he has accomplished financially. That is, until he bought a vacation property in the Hamptons and discovered Stan was his next-door neighbor. Stan is among the top 1% of 1%. He is the CEO of a huge public firm with an annual salary of $10 million. You'd think that at the very least, Stan would be pleased with his financial successes. But no, this individual has a boyhood buddy of Michael Jordan, and this legendary basketball star is a member of the 1% of the 1%. And compared to Michael's estimated income of $2 billion, Stan's monthly salary of $10 million appears little. Is this the end? No, it doesn't work that way. Because Michael occasionally attends celebrity events where Jeff Bezos makes an appearance. Bezos is in the top 1% of the top 1% of the top 1%. And his net worth climbed by around $75 billion in 2020 to almost $200 billion. Throughout history, the sort of jealousy that has arisen from such comparisons has led many individuals to do unwise actions. Some people have over-leveraged their assets in an attempt to climb the pyramid only to lose everything. Learn when to stop. Number 3. Crazy is in the eye of the beholder. On the surface, it appears like many individuals do insane things with their money. Some people waste their money on unnecessary things. But keep in mind that people come from a variety of backgrounds, including various childhoods, parents, life experiences, and educational backgrounds. All of this adds up to a variety of viewpoints and ideals. What you consider insane may make perfect sense to others. In the book, Morgan takes the example of lottery tickets. The lowest income households in the United States spend more than $400 per year on the lottery. This is 4 times higher than the highest income group's average. Individually, we do not share the same viewpoint. Consider it from their point of view. They live paycheck to paycheck with little capacity for savings, and they frequently lack education and hence a promising professional path. They can't afford a nice trip or a new car, or they can afford to put their children through college without incurring significant debt. Purchasing a lottery ticket allows them to participate in a dream that many of us already have. That is why they purchase a greater number of lottery tickets than we do. So how does this help you invest better? For one thing, recognizing our differences makes us less likely to mimic a financial portfolio or technique that doesn't fit our objectives. For instance, our risk profile may be higher than that of a billionaire because we are more concerned about becoming rich than staying affluent. It's possible that mimicking the billionaire's portfolio isn't the best way to achieve your objectives. Recognizing distinctions can also make it easier to say no to investments that are beyond our area of expertise. Considering diverse people's viewpoints, or at the very least that there are numerous glasses through which to see the world, can help you better understand our society and lead you along the road that is right for you. Number 4. Peekaboo. What are the similarities between the Great Depression, World War II, financial crisis, and COVID-19? They were all events that influenced our culture, had significant financial market ramifications, and were nearly hard to predict. These events are referred to as Black Swans by Nassim Taleb, a brilliant author. The following is the definition of a black swan. Number 1. It's a rare occurrence. Nothing that has transpired previously can even suggest the probability of the catastrophe. Number 2. It has a significant influence. Number 3. It's only after the fact that it makes sense. Human nature deceives us into thinking we should have known it would have happened all along. How would you have responded if the stock market had lost over a quarter of its value in a single day? Would you have recommended selling? Or would you have been able to make it work by putting in extra chips that you had on the sidelines? And here's the interesting thing. If you had invested in the S&P 500 index 20 years ago but missed out on 4 best stock market days, you would have received a 164% return instead of 291%. That's a significant difference. The lesson of this story is that it is better to prepare for an unforeseeable tragedy than to hope that you will be able to respond before everyone else. Stop listening to macro forecast. The items that will cause the most concern among investors in the future are unlikely to be predicted in the first place. Number 5. The Seduction of Pessimism. If I gave you a list of reasons why the market will crash later this year, including the massive US government debt, the possibility that stimulus checks will lead to the return of inflation, and possibly something about new COVID-19 strains, you would most likely be intrigued and perhaps come away with a rather pessimistic view of where we are in the market cycle. If I showed you instances of why things are likely to grow better in the future, such as how life expectancy is rising, renewable energy is becoming more affordable, or computer power is exploding, you would probably simply shrug and not think twice about it. Most people know that the pessimist sounds sophisticated, while the optimist appears naive in comparison. Why is that? According to the book, Thinking Fast and Slow, asymmetry toward loss and listening to pessimists is an evolutionary tendency. When losses are explicitly contrasted or weighted against profits, losses loom bigger. Organisms that prioritize risk above opportunities are more likely to live and reproduce. We pay greater attention to pessimists, not just because of evolutionary reasons, but also because progress is considerably slower than setbacks. Setbacks are common, but progress seldom happens overnight. Because catastrophes and failures occur over shorter periods of time, it is much simpler to spin an exciting and convincing tale around them, so they attract greater attention. We need to look at broader time horizons to tell an optimistic future tale. Knowing that you will be more intrigued by a pessimist than an optimist can help you become less uneven in the future. Understand that pessimism appeals more to your survival instinct than optimism does. You won't get rich in the stock market unless you pay the price of volatility. Different views lead to different reasonable or logical ways of conduct. Rather than attempting to predict calamities, prepare yourself emotionally and financially so that you can survive them, and use caution when seeking investing advice. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. You should always do your own research and speak to a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.